Start. If you want to generate a heap of sales numbers, this is the sales table. So this is where we like your receipt at the shops. So it's pretty simple to do this one. If you just go 1, 2, if you highlight the first couple and then drag that down, it will fill that in. So that number needs to be there once. The date needs to be a random in that particular year. And it makes sense that you do them separately. So over here, I'll do most of my stuffing around. Does anyone know how to get a random date in, say, 2018? Okay.
Then put the number between the dates between 2018 and months.
Okay. So if I use rand between, what does rand between do?
Pick a random date between that date and that date.
Okay, so I've just got rand between 0,365. What that will do is give us a number, obviously. We then add that to the 1st of the 1st, 18. Okay, if it comes out looking like that, so they're just some random values. Okay, I'll actually get rid of the n bit. Okay, so there's some random days. Okay, what we can do is the first date of the year is that. So if we go equals that thing and we lock that in, so we press F4, it's called absolute referencing. So every time I want to get whatever the next value is and add it to that original value. Okay, and then we add it to the number beside it. So when I drag down, we'll still look at H1, but this will become H2, 3, etc. Okay, by doing that, I'll generate a big list of random dates. Okay, if I do it properly, fellas, if you're not interested, just breathe quietly. Okay. If you want to put those in order, so if you're doing 400 or 500, 600, 1,000 sales, you want these in roughly in order. The problem with this is rand between is what's called a volatile formula, so it will change every time. So I'll need to grab that data there, I copy it over here, I'll put it over there. Why has it changed when I pasted it? Because it's volatile, very good. Okay, the trick with this, I copy it. When I get over here, there's an option for paste. So if I paste, it's getting the data. If I paste values, it will get what's actually there. The advantages of having that is now those values are just dates. I can then get that and sort it. So if I go into data and sort that, those are now in chronological order, and I can grab those and paste them back over there, and they're nicely in order. So my first sale will be date-wise before my other one. If you do quite a few, you're going to have multiple sales on certain days. Okay, so that one's got the date sorted out. It goes from January down to December. Okay, I'm just doing 22 rows, but if you could do 22,000 just as easily. Staff code is really easy to do. Again, if I'm using rand between, it's volatile, so I can get rid of this rubbish for the time being. So if I go, how many staff members do we have? Okay, so if you have just 5, and again, if you just go rand between, put it out there. Okay, I'm going to grab that. Again, when I paste it here, I go to the values one, so it will actually have the numbers there. Exactly the same thing over here for my staff. I'll just change the top one to out of 10. So here's my customers. Again, I grab that data, I copy it, I paste it over here as the values. So these things are values, they won't change around. If I put another character out here, you'll notice that this little column, because it's volatile, will jump all over the place. These things will stay the same. The last one, payment type, is a little bit trickier. How could you randomly generate, say, cash, credit, debit, whatever? So we've got cash, credit, card. How else can you pay? Debit card, good old check. So those type of things, we'll stick with those. The trick with this is you allocate each one a number. So I've just got to rejig that formatting because it's gone crackers. Okay, so there's my numbers. Okay, I'm just going to generate a bit of rand between here again. Okay, this time it's 1 and 4. Does anyone remember how to do a lookup table?
No.
No. Thank you for your honesty. Okay, if we go look up, it will say what value do I want to look up? So I want to look up that thing. I want to compare it with those and I'll lock that in. So I press F4. And then the result is those ones and I'll lock them in. Okay, so randomly over here, we will generate a big list of check, credit, debit, etc. And again, it's all random. So because this is volatile, if I go and type the letter F over here, if you watch that row, it will all tweak and twitch and whatever else. We don't want it twitching, so if we just right click, we're going to copy it. The trick is when you go to paste it, you just paste the value, and then this stuff out here will continue to twitch away, but my main tables will stay intact. Okay. By doing that, you should be able to generate heaps and heaps of data quite easily, those bits and pieces.